it's like they're a power unto themselves, and they're very, very, in my opinion, destructive to the country in the way they're behaving.
Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur calling out the rail industry as her home state of Ohio marks the anniversary of a massive disaster that forced the evacuation of more than 1,000 people in East Palestine. Last February, a Norfolk Southern train carrying hazardous materials derailed, with toxic chemicals contaminating the air, water, and soil all around.
Today, we're here to consider a number of bills, starting with the Rail Safety Act of 2023.
Within weeks, congressional lawmakers proposed bipartisan bills in the Senate and House designed to improve rail safety by mandating two-person crews for certain freight trains, updating inspection regulations, and bumping up fines for companies that break safety laws. But after initially moving on the fast track, 1 year later, those bills are at a standstill, with no changes made since May.
If we have to hold them accountable, why hasn't this legislation moved forward in Congress?
I think because they have a whole lot of power. They have a lot of political power, and in the committees that are responsible, they do enough to block it.
Kaptur and other lawmakers say lobbying groups and major rail companies continue to oppose the legislation they believe would better protect Americans, with the rail industry putting profits over public safety. The Association of American Railroads, the group representing major rail companies, tells our national investigative team they share the goal of making the rail network safer and have never opposed the Rail Safety Act. Although the group has repeatedly been unavailable for on-camera interviews, they've been clear in statements that they see challenges in the legislation, specifically with the proposed crew staffing mandates and inspection requirements.
They don't think that they need anybody but themselves. And look at the country. They're not meeting the mark.
Kaptur says the industry is also failing when it comes to fixing another major rail problem brought into sharp focus within the last year: blocked crossings. The issue, highlighted in an investigative series with our partner ProPublica, found stopped trains delaying first responders, cutting off communities, and forcing children in Hammond, Indiana, to do the unthinkable: crawl over and under trains just to get to school. In May, the Congresswoman put our team's coverage officially into the congressional record.
Railroads of America, wake up. I was trying to get it out to other Americans so that they can speak up from their parts of the country.
You said railroads of America, wake up. If East Palestine doesn't do it, if Hammond doesn't do it, what's going to do it?
They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about community. They only care about their shareholders.
But she's not giving up hope. In our conversation and in her time on the House floor, Kaptur urged President Biden and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg to get rail stakeholders together to work to fix systematic rail problems that exist from coast to coast, with billions in infrastructure funding providing a pivotal moment for action.
We need visionary planning. They don't give it to us. They shouldn't feel so good about the legacy they're leaving to their children and grandchildren because it's non-functional. It's not going to be able to meet the needs of the country going forward. Shame on them.